Hi everyone, welcome. This is Lynn Como and I wanted to share and go over all of the wonderful details that have to do with my next kit, Celebrate Together for July. We're going to be creating 12 gorgeous pages and there's so much to share with you that I wanted to do this personal video with you. So let me just put the artwork on the side and let's go over the products first so that you'll have a better understanding when I show the artwork, what it is involved in each piece. Now, for those of you who love scrapbooking workshop kits, Celebrate Together is the one I'm working with. You can actually do the artwork that's in the brochure to make these 6 pages on your own, or you can jump right in, follow my directions and cutting guide, and really get an amazing experience in expanding this kit to 12 pages with lots of artwork, texture, details, stamping, die cutting, and going all the way to have a beautiful array of pages for summer and drinking celebrations and good times and even at the beach. So let's just dive right in and go over some of the details. Now, the workshop kit itself is one of the things that I will be using. And one of the reasons has to do with the fact that it already comes with some exclusive product in here that I cannot get in a DSP, Design a Series paper pack. So I love the fact that it has some colored cardstock. So you have some fresh freesia cardstock, strawberry slush, cloud cover, and 4 sheets of white. And there's also some exclusive freesia flowers paper in here and another pattern or two. And you'll also have a sticker sheet and a cut apart sheet. So if you're looking at the guide itself, this sheet right here is exclusive. And then you also have this sheet, which is a cut apart sheet, which you'll be able to use that way. And I wanted to go over some of the details when it comes to the pattern paper that matches the DSP. And then you have this pattern that's in there as well. So here you can see this is pretty much what's left out of the workshop kit that I've used. And some of this is the cut apart paper, the tags that were part of that. You'll see that I've definitely even fussy cut some flowers out of the kit, or use some of the labels. And this particular pattern, I really love this yellow paper, right? Daffodil Delight, and I call it yellow diagonals. But the opposite side is this strawberry slush pattern, which is in this DSP. But this is the side and paper that's exclusive to this kit in here. There's also this pattern in the workshop kit, which has this blue diagonal paper, which I've used 1 sheet of it. And I did not use this beautiful floral fresh freesia paper. So you can save this for another project and mix this with all kinds of berries and lilacs and purples or greens or whatever your heart desires. Now there's also inside the workshop kit a sticker sheet. And I've really pretty much used everything in here. In fact, let me just show you what was left. Basically, that's it. 2 flowers and this strip. And I'm really pleased with that. Now, there's also within the workshop kit 2 sheets that are punch out. Now, I can't show you those sheets because I've already used them. But the umbrella, some of the glasses of lemonade and things like that. But I'll try to point them out when I show you the artwork. But it's really a phenomenal workshop kit. But in order to do the 12 pages, I want to show you what else you'll need to order. We will be using this product called window sheets, and you're going to love the look. This is great for scrapbooking and card making. And you'll see that I've used a good portion of 1 sheet, and it's really been fun to play with that. And I love the fact that I can die cut it, and I can use my embossing folder. So we'll be doing that process to texturize it as well. Now, when it comes to the DSP, we will be using the celebratory Sips Design a Series paper. I have a special offer that you can buy half the paper pack from me, which are all of these wonderful patterns. We'll be using this sheet and we'll be actually, let me see if I have it right here. We're going to use a couple of strips of this sheet, but we'll also be fussy cutting a couple of the bottles or the drinks and things out of here. And I really love the fact that you can do that with this to embellish your pages very easily. And that's that other side of this pattern, where in the kit, it was the yellow. So I love that one. I love this. We're using this full sheet with some of that green. I love that pattern. This one, this is special. This is the one that we'll actually be using the glasses, and we can use the die cuts, and I'm going to show you those in a minute, or you can fussy cut out this. I'm not using the back pattern. This is purely like a sticker sheet or a punch out sheet. You're just going to have to do the work in either punching it out with your die cuts or fussy cutting with scissors. Love this fruit paper. I'm using pretty much that whole sheet. And one of the things is this particular pattern is also in the workshop kit, but this side is not. So this is the one that's in the DSP, but in the workshop kit, the back side is this purple. So you'll pay attention to the cutting guide when I share that detail with you. Let's see what else. Oh, this is another DSP, part of Celebratory Sips, and we are actually going to be using this way to do some really fun die cutting, and I'll have some great ideas for you on how to use this in the workshop kit. So let's just see, is there anything else? Oh, let's go on to cardstock. Another portion is extra cardstock, and will be a part of this DSP offer. So you're going to get 4 sheets of Berry Burst. You know what? This paper color really, oh my gosh, it really popped on my pages. I loved it. 4 sheets of these, 2 sheets of Mossy Green, 2 more sheets of Strawberry Slush, 2 sheets of Daffodil Delight, and 2 sheets of Crumb Cake. You'll also want to purchase another pack of White Willow cardstock, because you get 4 in the workshop kit, but we need about 13 sheets overall, and it's just a staple, and we use it all the time, even for stamping and die cutting. So that's a great way to go. Now let's talk about inks. Some of the inks that I'll be using will be a Mossy Meadow. That was the same color paper, as well as Crumb Cake for sponging. A water brush would be helpful. You can use your Berry Burst ink or Wild Berry if you have some of that around. A yellow, which could be the Daffodil Delight, or maybe a canary yellow. Might be a little bit. I'm not sure if we're using yellow now that I think about it, but those are some of the colors that we'll be using. And of course, Memento Black, Tuxedo Black ink, as well as Black Intense if you have that from Close to My Heart. Now, these guys right here, this embossing folder, these 2 are perfect. I've used it already with Memories in Bloom. I really love it. We'll be doing some fun detail work with both of these, and you'll definitely want this to get some of that textured look that we'll be doing on our scrapbooking layouts. Now, just as a reminder, all of this will be on the shopping list for you, so you can follow along with that. Now, Cheers and Sips. I wasn't going to get this set, you know, and I was like, let's see what we can do with it. Well, I am in love with all of these, because this is a great size glasses that we have here. And you have an umbrella. You have these great little pieces, say, of celery leaves, or any kind of condiment kind of leaf, or whatever you want to call it, that you use in your drinks. We've got ice cubes, some really cute words, which we'll be stamping. I love the rind. It could be a lemon, it could be orange, grapefruit, lime. Just use your imagination. Little raspberries or grapes, an olive, strawberry, cherry, umbrella. We've got to have that if we're having cocktails. You know, it's the summertime, right? We're out there having a grand old time. Now, I love it with all of the die cuts. And this die right here is pretty cool, because you can die cut the glass and then use this on top to get that really fun textured look. And I'll be using this as well for another piece of the pie of what we're creating. So as you can see, I have some extra pieces in here that I've cut and thrown in here. And here's what you're doing with some of those glasses. I don't know if you could see that we use the glass embossing folder. So you want to die cut first and then put it in the embossing folder, and it really just gives another layer of texture on the layout. Super fun and super cool. I love it. I'm really in love with all of this whole set that we'll be using. Cute little cocktail toothpick for your olives, for those of you that have to have your martinis. So you know what, just think outside the box or drink outside the glass and have fun with this particular stamp set with the dies. Definitely recommend it. You'll use it again and again. All right, there's more that we're going to do, but I thought I'd go right into the artwork and then I'll pull in a little bit more product as we get to it. Here are pages 1 and 2, and I wanted to point out some of the punch out that we are using here. The Let's Celebrate is a great title that is punched out of the punch out sheet that comes in the workshop scrapbook kit. Some of these flowers, most of this is punched out, as well as we have these cute little stamped pieces. Oh, and there's, let me see if I have it right here. Where did it go? Yes. This will be the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems that I will be using throughout. You've seen I've used most of the white ones and a couple of the pinks. So these are really pretty. They have like a little gold fleck in them, and they really work so well with this kit. So you'll see them sprinkled on the pages as we showcase the artwork. So here you can see the mossy green or mossy meadow, as well as the strips of paper and the fresh freesia cardstock as my mats. Now I actually have photos to go on this, so I will share that as well. And now you can see I added this cute little cocktail area, and it's stamped It's Your Day because I have a picture of a couple that are going here who are celebrating their anniversary. So I used one of the punch outs here. This one's die cut and cut out of the paper and use that fun die cut to get that textured look. Here's my line that I stamped, and I used a water brush with the Mossy Meadow green ink and a little sprig here, and then those gems. I absolutely love these color combinations. The Mossy Meadow, and you have the fresh freesia, a little bit of this dark color. I'll put it in my notes up there for you. But yeah, just really pretty. I could have easily changed these mats and added this color paper, but this paper came in the workshop kit, so I wanted to use it, and it goes quite nicely and kind of lightens the look of this particular layout. It's really very clean and classy, and that's what I love about it. Your photos are going to pop off of the page, and the scallops are a sticker, so you didn't have to do anything fancy there, and then these are punch outs or stickers. Here are pages 3 and 4, and this, I love this one. This is where we have the window sheet that's embossed with the beautiful floral pattern. Let me see if I can pull that out for you here. So this is embossed right on that window sheet, and it just adds a really fun texture to make it look like glass, and I love that. And I used the Cheers, the alphabet set, and I used that die again. Remember the one that I showed you that did that etching? And isn't that a really cool look of what you can do? So I have my little umbrella cut out, a little bit of stamping with water brushing, as well as over here, I have that extra paper, these slivers, that exclusive pattern, and another one of those glasses, and some of the other die cut images, and I love that. Now these are the party alphabet letters, and they are actually 2.5 inches tall. I don't know why I was thinking 3, but they're 2.5 inches tall, basically, and I just love what you can do with them, and we'll be seeing these again. But did you see that? I mean, that is just such a cool look, and I will show you on the cutting guide how I created that look. But I love that it's on that glass there, and then I pulled that glass element over right here on this glass itself. Isn't that cool? So I'm really having fun with the paper and the punch outs and really using up the die cuts and all the materials to really elevate the artwork. Even though it's really clean looking, it takes me time to come up with some of these ideas, but I love the end results. And I do have photos that I will be putting on these pages as well. Absolutely love this one. Well, now look at pages 5 and 6. Here's another great look using that floral paper. And then a little bit of that fresh freesia as a nice little border along our triangle edge. And now I used an X-Acto knife, and I do have a link on how I do this on YouTube. I've created a video already a while ago, and I share that link with you so you'll know exactly how to do that. It's so easy to do. Once you do it, you'll do it again and again and again. But I've also sponged a little bit of the, you could use Berry Burst or Fresh Freesia ink, something that's a light pink or purplish look with your brush. And I did a little bit of stamping here in the corner. And you can see I have my little grapes here, my little bit of greenery, and I just had fun with it. And now I fussy cut a couple of the wine bottles out of the paper. And I used Let's Celebrate, To Us, Let's Celebrate. And that's stamped. And now you can see those gems, some gems here. Sip Sip Hooray is one of the punch out title borders that you can use, which I did. And I just love the result. It's so pretty. I love doing these little clusters that have the cocktails and the bottles. It could be Pellegrino water, it could be sangria, whatever it is that you're drinking, non-alcoholic, a mock cocktail, whether or not you're having fun and getting a little tipsy. I love that these pages can just showcase a really great time celebration with the ones that you love. And Cheers over here is stamped, and now I have a place to add some journaling, and I do have photos to go on these pages as well. I really love the colors. Everybody that knows me well knows I love orange. And even though I wanted to add orange as my photo mats, the Berry Burst paper really is just an amazing color with this workshop kit. I absolutely love it, and that's why there's 4 sheets I think that we're using on here. So 3 or 4 sheets, but definitely love this. And that little bit of stamping, Celebrate To Us, Let's Celebrate To Us. I mean, I just love that. It's just so much fun. I hope you're enjoying all the little details that I'm sharing with you right now on these beautiful pages. Wow, look at pages 7, 8, and 8. Aren't these just gorgeous for summertime? They're bright, they're cheerful, and that's why I really love this yellow diagonal paper, which is exclusive to the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Even though this pattern is in the DSP, this pattern is not. So I had so much fun using this as well as the Strawberry Slush cardstock to bring out that really pretty pink. Strawberry Slush is a new color this year, and we just added it in. And now you can see how I've used that fruit paper and the sticker Summer. Love this element right here. It could be anything. It looks like a great refreshing glass of sangria. I did 1 little strawberry, so you could do more strawberries if you want, if you'd rather have more of them on here. You have options to add whatever you prefer. Here's one of those lemonade glasses with a little gem in it, some of those fun gems right there. And then over here, just a little bit of fussy cutting one of the glasses here. This is a punch out, maybe some of the stickers, and fussy cutting one of the glasses here and one of the smaller ones, and fun is popped up. So it's summer fun, and it really is summer fun, and just giving you opportunities to put in some of the story that you're going to share about the photos that you use on this. But I just love this. Now this particular layout, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 slivers, 1/8 of an inch of strawberry slush. And I highly recommend using adhesive sheets first on the back of the cardstock before you cut those slivers. It really makes a difference because then it's peel and stick, and that is quite nice and easy to do. But aren't these gorgeous? So fun. And that's why the white is really elevating the colors that make them pop, and your photos will also pop on these pages. All right, the next set of pages that I'm going to show you is quite different. And I brought in notes and totes. Now, some of you already own this, and there will be another kit that will be coming that this bundle will be used again. And notes and totes is quite fun. It does quite a few details, and you'll see them in the layout. But you have some great sayings. And the die cuts are just so much fun. We'll get a fence here, a magazine, tickets. So we have a water bottle, suntan lotion tube, a lotion bottle, sunglasses, pockets. Oh, there's so much. Great tote bag, 2 tote handles, elements to do around the tote bag, a scarf for the tote bag, plus you have your starfish and snail shell. And it's just a great set. I just love it for so many reasons, but it's going to be fun. There's a little extra details that I always save. Throw it in here. You never know, because when I'm playing around, I like to play with that and the colors. You'll see I'll be using stylish shapes just a little bit. Many of you have this already. We're using one of the circles and one of these, this one actually, one of the circles, and this particular dovetail to create the sun. And you're going to see the glass embossing folder being used. So here's where the crumb cake cardstock comes in. We've got a lot of detail. So isn't that sun fun? I love the stitching look from the stylish shapes, getting that nice big sun going there. I tore that blue paper on both ends. I used that lemonade diagonal strip that was left over. Strawberry slush is the colorful photo mats. But the details are really a lot of fun. When you look at the fence that I created, I love going to the beach and seeing any of those fences that have been around for ages or weather worn. And I added a little bit of flowers and stamped. These are fussy cut flowers and these are stamped leaves. And you know what? I know I don't do the best job fussy cutting, but it's just a little bit of detail in the scrapbook page after all. I tore my paper using both sides of crumb cake, the dark and the light. I did a little bit of that stamping, and in this notes and totes, there's those little dots that I use to stamp. In the crumb cake or any light brown ink will work. That seashell. And now you're going to see the word seaside on these pages. So I'll show you that in a second as I go over these details. So now you can see this umbrella is actually a punch out, so you didn't have to do any of the work. But you could see how I did the seaside in the color, and I used that glass embossing folder to add some texture to it. And cloud cover, again, is the base, and then torn here. Now, for those of you who have maybe the embossing folder that is the wave or a spiral or a beachy, wavy look, definitely add that to the blue. I could have done it and I didn't think about it until afterwards, but I'm happy with this result. But if you wanted more texture, that's a great way to add a little bit more. All right, now let's talk about that seaside. So once again, I used those party alphabet letters. So here's this sheet of paper, and the best thing to do is to just cut it apart this way. And that's what I did to get my seaside. So I'm using the bigger ones, as you can see here. And I actually did it where you get the seaside, so you get the yellow going into the orange, and then the orange going back out to the yellow. So that was my thought process on that. And then some of these we'll be using to do, say, some of the strawberries or the lemons and things like that. So you'll be able to use this in other ways as well. But when I say that, you'll see here how I used it for maybe a couple of strawberries, some of the lemon, even an olive, and then if you want to change the color of the olive, whatever, some of the cherries, the raspberries, the grapes, whatever you'd like to do. There's no green, so you can't get the lime out of that. But isn't that a cool look? Once again, using the notes and totes here, some of the gems to finish it out, and just having fun. So there's a lot of tearing going on and a lot of fun ideas of how to create this particular layout. And you know what? You can always add flip-flops as well. All right, on the last set of pages, 11 and 12, before I show them to you, let me talk to you about the details. It was really fun to come out and think a little bit outside the box of what I wanted to do on these pages. First of all, I took a 2.5-inch strip of white willow cardstock and I tore the the Daffodil Delight paper, strips of paper, as you can see, in any fashion. It doesn't matter, but I'm using both the light and the dark. So I have it on a whole 12 by 12, and you'll see, not a whole 12 by 12, a 2.5 by 12-inch strip, and you'll see what it does. So here it is, and I did slices and summer. And isn't that fun? And wait till you see how great it looks. So this set is really worth it. There's so much you can do to this, and I love the sizes for the great detail of size of a title. Many of you own this set, and I just used it to do the OF, because we needed slices of summer. But isn't that just a cool, fun idea of how to use these alphabets with paper, whether it's using the paper pattern or tearing to get a really cool look. I can't wait to show you. Here are the last set of pages, and I just had so much fun creating with it. Look at that, slices of summer. Isn't it adorable? You can use any photos on here. And now you can see I'm also incorporating a little bit of extra detail by scoring and sanding the Mossy Meadow paper on the light side, that yellow diagonal paper we're using again, the stickers that are the lemons, some other stickers and punch outs, and then a little sprig that I stamped here, those cute little gems again. These cute little orange lemon slices are stickers. So now you can see it's slices of summer is over here. Sure, could I have added more detail? You can still do this. That's what I love about this video that I'm sharing with you. You can then go ahead, if you'd like, and either use the floral pattern or a swirly pattern, maybe the glass pattern, and you could also then add texture to all of your letters using an embossing folder. They would really be pretty in the swirl, for sure. But here I'm incorporating all of those colors again and that strawberry slush cardstock. So we have that yellow, the bright yellow, the green to pick up the green, and then you have the beautiful pink undertones to pick up some of the pink that's in the paper, the strawberries. And so you've got, I feel like you have all your colors here. There's even a little bit of orange, and I tried to incorporate the orange, but I really love the way the pink popped on this paper. It just pulled it all together with that yellow and the pink. It's just so summery. Now here's where you really see the notes and totes. So if you're looking at the stamp set, this right here is stamped in the yellow ink. So Daffodil Delight. Using the scarf, the strawberry slush cardstock to do all the other details, and making my pocket, which is a die cut in here, even smaller. I'll share a photo with you. And then your sunglasses. Now for those of you that have some silver foil paper or maybe holographic paper, you might like using that to create that fun sunglass look right there. I rolled some paper for like, it could be like a placemat or a beach towel. I have my little water bottle. I have my little glasses back in here, but that could be anything. Anything that you want to think of. Maybe it's, I don't know, something, a chair, I don't know, or a cushion or whatever you have in your tote that you take with you. I also used exclusive made just for you is stamped on this little magazine kind of die cut that I used out of some of the paper. So, and then you had that summer. Look how pretty that came out. Oh, I just love the way it came out. With that torn paper, what an easy textured look it creates. So there you have all of the pages for Celebrate Together. And I really hope that you enjoyed this process of what I'm sharing with you and gave you lots of ideas on how you can incorporate texture, design elements, and adding just fun little details that really help elevate your pages. I'll have the shopping list posted at lynncomo.com on my blog, and I'll have all the details there for you to follow. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks so much for watching. And if you really enjoy my Kits of the Month, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see and hear from you again.